Right, we are live. Look at this. Right, in this episode, me and Jack will be giving our instant reaction to the win at St Mary's for Southampton 2, Everton 0. And we're going to get into that in just a moment. Right, there we go. So it is ended. Southampton 2. Look at those shades. Look at that, Jack. What are you doing? It's ended Southampton 2, Everton 0. Everton, unbeaten Everton, have not got an O at the end of in that column. They have a 1. Jack, what's your instant reaction to that then?
Oh, it was just a good professional performance, wasn't it? It's something that we've been getting more and more of. Is just everyone in the squad doing their job perfectly well.
Yeah,
we were the better side today. We just everything that Everton came for, we had an answer for every question, and they just couldn't do anything. What was it? I think they had two shots on target the entire game. One was a free kick that was straight at Alex McCarthy. We deadened them today. It was great, absolutely great performance from us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like you. I mean, I think the first half was pretty open. I thought it was quite a good contest to start off with. And yeah, to get those 2 goals, we arguably could have been 3-0 up at half time had it not been for that offside call. But you know, it was offside, so what can we say? But we generally looked like a very confident, competent football team. Who made the top of the table Everton, who I thought were a little bit off the boil last week when they were up against Liverpool. We competed with, not with ease, but I think we really sort of shown our quality despite the lack of depth in our squad. So I'm very pleased with that. The second half was a bit weird.
Yeah.
A little bit weird where it went off the boil, became quite pedestrian and a bit slow. And the red card came, but by the time the red card came, I thought the job was done. So yeah,
I think there was a bit of a mixed reaction on the squad of like we want a third, but also we don't want them to come at us on the break and get away from it, like let all slip away from us. So there was a safety measures played in the second half. Really, it was just let's get this game done with, and if we can score another goal, great. But yeah, I think that's maybe where the quality needs to improve in our game, is that we do to go for the kill in the last few minutes and stuff. Maybe don't bring Shane Long on in the 93rd minute. Maybe bring him on in the 85th, and maybe bring Diallo on in the 75th. Let's bring it all back. But it honestly got to it got to a point where we were saying, like, are we going to go full 90 minutes without making a substitution? Because the team was playing really, really well. The biggest complaint everybody seemed to be having was with Nathan Redmond, and he got man of the match.
Yeah. Well, he did have spells in the second half where he was able to keep the ball, and he was dancing through those Everton players. And
it was Armstrong really that probably let us down second half more than anybody else.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he did. It's nice that we can now have mistakes that mean, okay, we don't push forward rather than we make a mistake and we concede.
Yeah.
We're not making. No. We're making. There are errors in the squad, but they're not as drastic as they were. They're not Jack Stevens wandering about at the halfway line, losing the ball and conceding. It's Armstrong not being able to play that ball into the box for the final third. So we've improved so much as a squad compared to where we were a year ago.
Yeah, so much so. And I think a big difference from where we were a year ago, without mentioning what everyone's probably knows what we're talking about a year ago to the day, is the consistency in our squad. Like, for instance, when the team sheets came out today, we knew who the starting 11 were. Yeah. It was obvious. It was like, yes, that's obviously there are no surprises. And I think that's the major difference from Southampton of 2020 to Southampton of early season 2019. And when those team sheets came out, we were just like, I don't know. You could be playing 5 at the back.
It was nice that I saw that team sheet, and my concern was the bench. Like, that's good. That's a good place. That's a better place to be than I'm not sure about this squad. It's like, yep, that's the squad. Where's our backup? What's going to happen if one of these players go down? And there was a few times today where like Ings was on the floor, you're like, oh, and then Walker Peters with that stud, and then Vestergaard, you're like, right, it's a long season to go, and Leeds are dirty, so let's get this sorted.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you talk about our bench there, and I think that's another area. I mean, we didn't really see anyone come on until that 85th minute was the first substitution we made.
Yeah,
Something like that.
83rd, 83rd, 84th, just so late into the game.
Yeah. So it's, but all in all, feeling very, very good. And of course, next week we have, as Leo's pointed out here, I'm just going to bring up this on there. We have Villa coming up next week, and I think if we play the way we did, cool, calm, and collected, and I mentioned that in the live stream actually. I thought the way we were playing wasn't as high energized as perhaps we once were, but we were still able to create chances.
We were conservative with our pace and not trying. Like we weren't gassed out 90 minutes in. Everyone looked fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, we seem to be really smart of how we're conserving energy and how we're playing on the break and waiting for the right moment. So it's just good to be watching us. And I do think Villa next week, if we won today, we can beat Villa next week. Then those two teams are very similar in how they've been playing. So I'm excited going into the Villa game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to bring up this comment here from Freddie at Saints FC Vlogs. The red card was intentional. You could see his frustration in the first tackle. Yeah, I agree with that. Exactly the same as the Gineppo incident against Newcastle last season. Do you know what? It kind of was, but I thought this one was a bit more intentional. I thought this one was kind of like
was a bit careless, whereas I felt
clumsy.
Today, clumsy. Whereas today he was just frustrated that he couldn't stop Walker Peters.
Yeah. Yeah, another comment here from Bobby. Great to see pace from Dan Ndulu when he came on. Yeah, it was good to see him.
He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. I've only ever really seen him on FIFA, so I don't really know how big he is. He was big. He was a big guy.
But this is what we've got to do when we haven't got the squad depth that we perhaps would like to have. But that's
the thing. Next week we'll have Walcott back in. Maybe I don't know what Gineppo's injury length is, whether he'll be back for it or not.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for us to go into games having a full squad.
Yeah.
Because then we're gonna really see what we're made of. So.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone had a bad game today. I mean, if I had to pick one name, there was a couple of times where Stuart Armstrong gave the ball away when we were making progress in the final third. But that's really nitpicking because he was doing some other great stuff around the pitch. But you're absolutely right. When we come into the game next week with Theo Walcott back into the mix. Here's a question for you, Jack. Who would you start? Armstrong or Walcott?
Walcott.
Okay.
I'm a bit sentimental, and I'm excited to see what he's at. What he was really good against Chelsea, and after today's performance, I would like to just switch it up, just see what the full case of Walcott is against a team that we should be beating.
Yeah,
and nothing to say that Armstrong won't be coming on 70 minutes in because Walcott won't. I don't think Walcott will be able to do a full game.
Mm-hmm.
But I would prefer to see Walcott start.
Yeah, I would actually agree with you there because I think it's kind of be a nice position to have Stuart Armstrong on the bench able to come on to make a difference. And suddenly when you've got Gineppo back fit and Armstrong on the bench as well, it doesn't look so bleak as perhaps we're referring to. So there we go. Any final thoughts on the game, Jack, before I close out this instant match reaction? This is the first of possibly many of these instant match reactions we're doing.
Yeah, for me, it was just a good solid performance. I'm excited to see where we're going to go from here. It's getting better every game. I'd say we really are getting better every game.
Yeah,
and excited. Can't wait for Europe next year.
So there we go. That is basically our concluding thoughts on today's game. In these live kind of broadcast games, we do have the opportunity to bring on other fans onto these live broadcasts. So if you want to be involved in either a match reaction or a midweek under the lights, we want to get a few more people involved in this Matchday Vlogs community and do a bit more of the channel like this. Whilst we're going through this horrific, you've got to stay at home and wash your hands every 20 minutes. It's driving us all crazy, and it'd be great to do this kind of stuff. So let us know. Either drop a comment in this or go into the DM section on the Instagram page, and yeah, we'll get everyone involved. In fact, I'll put the details of how to get involved in the comment section below. It'd be much easier for me to do it that way.
Just do it like that, I reckon.
Yeah, that'd be good. So there we go. We'll leave it there. Thanks everyone who joined us from the live broadcast and this live match reaction. Remember, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we will see everyone, hopefully another Saints win next week. And of course, midweek under the lights. All right?
Damn right.
See you there, Jack. Right.
See you
See you there,
later,
everyone. Cheers.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.